American 55, your date request push and start.
American 5588. Push and start is approved. Tail to the east.
Push and start approved and tail to the east for American 5588.
Walker 1523.
Why are we doing push and start?
It would overwhelm the ground to have everybody move into a hold point. Walker 1520.
Back to me.
Verify your in mode C so I can see where you're at, Cap.
There you go.
And delivery, American 1018 is ready for taxi. You want us over to ground or you need us to hold here?
Is that American 1018 calling?
Hey, from
American 1018 from your position, there's really not much I can do with you from this point. You get round to call on point 7.
will do.
Thank you, sir. Walker 3726, push and start is approved. Tail to the west.
Alright, that was Walker 1520. Give me what is Walker,
Walker 1520, say again.
You say you copy Walker 3726. I got it.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna talk to another controller at the same time.
Hello, hello. Big weight on the ground, Rob Bakary says. Well, yeah, kind of was figuring that would be the case. I've planned for that a little bit.
Anyone else calling for Porsche?
And we'll see. We will see how we do it.
Is there any aircraft waiting on a clearance?
Yes, sir. Delta 816.
Delta 816, Roger, you're number 1. Let me look at it here real quick.
Also Southwest 2209.
Didn't expect that. I just hopped in and what the heck?
Bus
Get
2209,
this,
delivery. Good evening. Thank you for Kilo.
there. Hey, I don't have my light on.
PDC.
One sec. My chair situated here, and yeah, let's figure out if we can get cleared. This okay. Right. Throttle set here as well. There we go. Oh, hey, hello. That's backwards. All right, let's do this here real fast.
816, I'll be right back. I gotta see if I can get this routing cleared.
Hello, Samson.
All right, let's speed brakes. Why is this reversed? I don't want it reversed. Let's go there. Haha, vacation time. That's right, baby. That is right. That is right. Okay, well, welcome everybody. It's Friday night, and I haven't done F&O on stream in a long time. So I hope this goes well. I did file a slant whiskey route, and we are attempting to do that here in the middle of an F&O, which is not ideal, but also not a super complicated deal here. We're going to head out, and we're on the Cincinnati 5 departure, and head south, and then over here to Golf Zulu Golf, and then we'll arrive on the Betsy 2. Hopefully, we'll see. Winds right now.
Zero.
We shall see. Steve 099er. I was about to say Steve H.E. Dell, but welcome, Steve-O. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Stuff's starting to blow in here a little bit. Few at 4,900. Overcast at 6. 2982 is the alto meter, as far as I know. And then Rob, you're in the CRJ at X-Plane 12. Very cool. I'm in X-Plane 11A firm down one sim. I am. And last check, I had information, Juliet, but that may not be current anymore. I'm running a little bit on the late side.
Delta 816, that routing has been approved. Stand by for your PDC.
I appreciate it, 816. Now it's information kilo. Very good. So, Rob, if I know you're flying along with me, if you've been cleared or whatever and you're ready to go, rock and roll, brother. I don't want to hold you up. But anyway, we're going to be flying from Cincinnati to Charlotte, and then we're going to make a turnaround and go Charlotte up to Nashville. Neither flight is more than about an hour, but so it'll be one of those true kind of old school 737-200 routes where you just barely up before you're heading back down. 2982. But it should be a lot of fun. Fun aircraft to fly. Super challenging to land, but just a kick in the absolute pants here. And we've gotten our route approved here. Let's see, flight level 290, and we're going to maintain 6,000 here. Initial 6,000. Okay. Expect 2910. Departures are runway dependent. I have to confirm with my first RNAV fix. Well, I can't do that, but I'll confirm with the first fix, which is Lexington. Lexington, yeah. No, it is not. Is it Lexington? It is Lexington. Yep, Lexington VOR. Information kilo. What's my? I need a squawk code here, and I'm not seeing it. There it is, 3741. Trying to remember that's up here, aren't I? 3741. Am I up here? No. I'm down here. 37. 41. And we go to TARA. There we go. And that one, Sim, I read your quick little post there, and it sounds like there's a lot of people that are pretty excited about this last little release candidate, RC6. I'm trying to remember. I feel like I updated twice on Sunday. Thursday, Wednesday, whenever the last time I updated. And so I'm pumped. I'm going to mess around with it a little bit tomorrow, and that'll be actually something I do quite a bit over the break. So looking forward to that, to be sure. Rob, you're waiting on me. All right, buddy. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. So let's pull up the Cincinnati 5 departure here and see what we have to do. Since we're cleared to Lexington, I might be able to pick that up directly. It's 112.6. Actually, I'll put that over here. And let's see if we're actually.
Southwest 2209 with you at Alpha 3.
I'm not sure if we're tracking that or not. If not, then we'll work. We'll just work off a runway heading until we pick that up. I'm assuming we're going to be departing at 18. Or sorry, 17 left.
Delivery,
So that'll give me a 184 departure heading.
Portion start at your discretion. Tail to the east cap.
Okay.
Alright, quick push tail east, Southwest 2209.
You guys will have to tell me how loud that is. That's okay.
Cleveland delivery, Ember 15, push and start.
Push, push. They're coming in fast and furious. Yep, they are. Downwind sim.
From
I was
5-1,
actually watching the
delivery.
Fly J
You're
sim.
at a cockpit. Show me where you want to go.
Portion start at your discretion.
The Fly J
And,
sim.
you can call ground holding short of Mike.
Call ground, holding short of Mike, Ember 15, thanks for the hard work.
Alright, thanks for coming out,
The
Cap.
Fly J sim Discord had a bunch of activity today because they were trying to update and get caught up. Alright, so we're going to go there. There.
Ground to cockpit. Toes driving up.
And anyway. Alright, I want to make sure that we've got everything here before I am ready to power up. I think we're,
Cincinnati clearance, Delta 190 ready for push and start. With Kilo.
oh, I won't be too far behind you there, Rob. Good. Good deal. Let's get
Aircraft
the
calling
AP
ground, I'm
going.
sorry, you're covered by the traffic. Say again.
Cincinnati clearance, Delta 190 ready for push and start with Kilo.
Okay. All doors and hatches are closed.
forgot
Ready to
my-
connect.
Oh, man.
To 190. Portion start approved. Tail to the west.
Push and start approved, tail to the west, Delta 190.
Winching strap adapter in position. Release the parking brake when you're ready to start the pushback.
Alright, that'll be ready to go when we're ready. And we won't be too much longer here.
Southwest 2209. Pull down to Golf and get round to Colin point 7.
Alright, quick down the golf, we'll get around to call point 7 when we get down there. 2209.
Have a good flight, Cap.
Thank you, dear. Huh?
You brought downstairs.
Oh, gosh.
It was,
Okay,
it was
sorry.
down on the.
I was carrying Cody, I think. Thank you, dear.
To 190, after you finish your course, you can pull up to Romeo, give ground to Colin point 7.
Up to Romeo, give ground to call point 7, Delta 190.
Thanks.
Okay.
Have a good flight, Cap.
Why did that not start? There we go. I must not have held the starter down long enough. There we're making some EHT or EXH. Okay. Passenger signs, so we can do a little, now we can do some window heat. Get those on here. That'll be ready when the APU comes on, which should be soon. Rob, are you planning on kind of doing a similar flight plan, kind of a two-hopper?
Delivery Sky Blue 1.
Nectar of the gods.
Sky Blue 1, clearance delivery. Just wanted to verify you're not blocking the taxiway where you're parked at.
Okay, I need to see if I...
Okay, Roger. Yeah, my map's a little off from what sim you're using. I appreciate it.
Do I need to, where I'm at, I'm going to call for push and start just to be sure here. Clears delivery, Delta 816 ready for push and start from Bravo 18. Out with Kilo.
Delta 816, I appreciate the call. Portion start approved. Tail to the west, Cap.
Tail west, Delta 816. Alright, so I can come, I got the APU going now, so I can disconnect my GPU and air carts. And we can do a little something like that. Get ourselves going here. Anti-collision. Yaw damper. Oh, I leave that off for now. No, that can come on. It's kind of an odd thing to have turned on right before engine start, but...
Starting pushback, go ahead and start the engines.
And Gasper fan. Don't forget the Gasper fan down with Sim. Packs are on. APU bleed, flight altitude, everything is set there. We'll let it come out here a little ways.
Delta 816, after your tail west, you can pull up to Romeo and give ground a call on 1.7. Have a good flight.
Okay, we'll pull up to Romeo and contact ground, Delta 816. Edmund. Good evening, sir.
I believe it's Emmett.
Great to see you, man. Oh, complete freedom coming in with the raid. Thank you so much, CF.
Operation complete, set the parking brake.
Happy Friday, dude.
Disconnecting tow, stand by.
So nice to see you. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. It is it's an FNO, and we're trying to fly slant whiskey. And so yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. So far, so good.
Good evening, Pilot Club 823.
We were given clearance,
Delivery. You are number 1. Expected PC.
and we're at least gonna make it to down to Charlotte. No, yeah, down to Charlotte. That's our first
So is disconnected.
our
Bypass
first
pin on the move.
stop here.
340-36045.
All right.
340. Club 823, Class Delivery. Roger, here it comes.
So we can pull up to Romeo,
Say again for Clutch Delivery.
which I believe is just straight ahead. Yeah.
Pilot Club 2104.
We'll be ready to rock and roll.
Clearance delivery. Good evening. Kilos current. The altimeter 2981. Would you like 340 or 36045? Roger, 340 and expect a PEC momentarily.
Scruffy Tam. Welcome in, Scruff. Nice to see the Lord of the Socks. Wait a second. Now I'm trying to remember your aviation, your.
Club 2104.
Oh, it's a great name for your virtual airline. Oh man. Oh, you'll have to tell me again. You came in with the CF raid. Very cool.
340. Thank you, Captain.
Pair of socks here. That's right. Still love that. I love that. All right, so we're gonna pull up short of Romeo, and I think we're probably pretty close right here. I'm gonna make a couple of checks and get ourselves going. All right. We are gonna be. I have my heading in. I do have my heading in. Okay, that looks good. And yeah, that sounds good. Now I want to put in tower on 1830. That'll be my next contact. And departure 2650 when it comes time. And ground, good evening, Delta 816, holding short of Romeo.
Delta 816, good evening. Cincinnati ground. Runway 18 left, taxi via Sierra.
18 left via Sierra, Delta 816. Alright, good deal. Nobody coming that way. That way also looks clear. Our friend Rob Walker is out in front of us in the CRJ.
Ground Delta 190, hold short Romeo and Juliet 2.
There's our guy, actually.
Cincinnati ground. Runway 27, taxi via Juliet, Julie 1, Kilo 1.
Oh, looks like he's getting 27. Cool. But anyway.
Sorry, give me a second, because I think he gave me 18 left, so now I gotta full program.
Bye, Delta 190. Delta 190, my apologies.
Holy moly, we've got our friend Cargo Fires checking in. Nice to see you, Cargo Fire. Happy Friday. I hope things are well in your world. Whoa, there's a little bit of a scenery bump. Either that or I just popped a wheelie and I don't know about it. Thank you so much for stopping by. And did I get? Am I on Sierra? I may have turned one too soon here, guys. Darn it! I think I'm too soon. Ah, dang it! No, I'm on Sierra. I'm on Sierra. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're gold. But yeah, happy FNO. And for me, it's a special Friday. It's the first Friday of Christmas break, and I can't even begin to tell you how happy I am that this Friday has finally made it here. Okay, flaps 5. 1, 2, 3, set. Let me get this plane ready to fly here, and then we'll talk some more. This is going to take me just a little bit of finagling here. Hope you guys don't mind a nighttime flight. I love them. I know they don't stream great, but with my witty banter, y'all will never know the difference. All right, let's see here. Hold on. Flap set. Anti-icing not needed. Strobe, pitot heat. Engine starts are going to go to low ignition.
Contact Cincinnati Tower 118.3. Have a good flight.
1830, Delta 816.
Cincinnati Monitor Tower 118.3. Have a good flight. Cincinnati Tower.
All right. Hold on, let me check on one quick thing here. Oh, don't do that. 2665. Tower, hello, Delta 816. Holding short, 18 left. Ready for departure.
816, Cincinnati Tower. Wind to 280 at 12, RNAV 2 Camum.
Uh-oh.
18 left, you're clear for takeoff.
And my apologies, we're not RNAV. Our first waypoint actually is Lexington.
Oh, I guess ground and delivery messed that one up. Delta 816, fly runway heading. Runway 18 left, you're clear for takeoff.
So is that one guy. Delta 816, we appreciate you. That will not be the first time that happens tonight, by the way, my friends, and that's okay. That is 100% okay. So runway heading out to Lexington, and then we are rocking and rolling. Stop flying that old junk, right? Acro Nerd, what's going on, man? Pond Racer, you have been Mr. Pond Racer. I love it. I absolutely love it. And only you, Josh, would take a supercharged double-engine racing mobile and soup it up that much more. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so sorry if I've missed you here. Let me get going, and then we'll say, hey, official. But it takes me a minute to kind of get this plane rocking and rolling. There we go. All right, there we go, folks. Takeoff power set. Airspeed alive.
80 knots.
Check.
Oh, Minette.
Hi, Iowa Scotsman.
Rotate.
Delta 816, contact Cincinnati departure 126.65.
2665, Delta 816. Have a good night. And departure, good evening, Delta 816, 2000, climbing 6000.
Delta 816. Flight out departure, contact. Maintain 13000.
But maintaining 13000, Delta 816. We'll go indicated airspeed and heading.
Cliff 558, contact, Indy Center 126.37.
There we go, heading. And I'm trying to remember if I have to do altitude select. I think I do. Altitude is, nope, selected. Okay. Hey, we're picking up the Lexington VOR. That's awesome.
Contact, Indy Center 126.37. Good night.
That is awesome.
Number 15, thanks for that work, number 15.
Ah. Nothing like the sweet, sweet departure of a 737-200. Oh, let me do this. Now. Time for downwind sim to go to sleep. I do have your seat back here, my friend, I think. What is it? Right here. Yep, right here, buddy.
60.
Delta 816, go ahead.
Are you're runway heading right now?
I believe so, yes. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it looks like we're runway heading.
Lexington.
All right, direct Lexington, Delta 816. Sweet. Right there. And we'll lock that bore. We'll be ready to go, baby. 53 miles.
816 contact, Indy Center on 126.37. Let her know you're direct Lexington.
2637, and we'll let her know. Delta 816. I appreciate you working with me.
Thank you.
Alright. Indy Center, good evening. Blue Streak 5182 on the ground at Lexington.
There's a crying baby in the seat behind. Hey, Eric's here. Good evening, Eric. Actually, good Saturday morning to you, sir. Alright, who did I miss? Did I miss? Who did I miss? Good Fixes is here. Eric is here. Iowa Scotsman's here. Acro Nerd is here. Rock Valkyrie's here. Cargo's here. Scruffy Tam is here. And I hope I didn't miss anybody. Edmund Stoner's here. The whole cast of characters is here, guys. Great to see you all. Skull, happy Friday. Doggone it, guys. Welcome on in. I'm leveling off. I'm going to overspeed. Life is good. Alright, that flap's cleaned up. I do.
Alright, runway 22, and we'll call you when we're ready to taxi. Thanks, Blue Streak 5182.
Indy Center, good evening. Delta 816 at 13,000. We're direct to Lexington VOR.
Delta 816, Indy Center, hello, climb maintain flight level 230, and you're going to Charlotte, correct?
230, and that is a firm going to Charlotte, Delta 816.
Alright, is Lexington in, I'm not that familiar with the departures out of Cincinnati, is that on your set?
Yeah, that Lexington is the kind of the last point on the Cincinnati 5 departure.
Thank you very much. Alright, climb maintain flight level 230.
All right, up 230, 816. Climb, baby, climb. Disco Inferno. Let's go. If she ain't clacking, are you really flying the 737-200?
558, let me just get you off to the next center, and then you can take then you could step away.
All right, Beaver, I'm just glad you're here, man. I always feel better when you're here because otherwise I climb like at 6,000 feet per minute and, you know, things get a little weird. Look at that climb rate. How? Oh, I know why. Because I'm.
Further contact Indy Center on
There we go. Let me
128.22.
do that. That'll help. That'll help. Your 146 kept honking last night. Yeah, it happens, man. She's that little corgi is a fickle bird, man, as you know. All right, coming up through 180. Let's go 2992. Set once, set twice. Okay, by the way, after Lexington, we got to be outbound on a 133 heading, so I'm going to kind of be ready for that here. That's coming up in 30 miles. And then the awesome part of this is we go to Glade Springs, 110.2, and then we're on the arrival. So it is one of those nights. It's going to be a fast and furious type of deal.
Annie West reminding you to read the chat.
Let's set that up here, and we're not quite tracking that in just yet. Now we're level. Yep, we should be level. Why are we level? Oh, because I sped up too much. Alright, here we go. I can add some power back in here too. Downwood Sim, are you telling me that I am not managing my climb very well? You might be right, sir. You may be right. Thank you, by the way. That's my first officer, Mr. Downwind Sim, Mr. VR, Mr. Big City Guy, Mr. Mad Scientist of the Bush League Backcountry Flying Scenery, which, by the way, we are currently working on next month, and we've made a little bit of a decision, I think, to head back to Hanksville to do some flying around the Canyonlands. So stay tuned for that. That information will be coming out soon. That one was my polite pilot monitoring. Uh-huh. Absolutely. I encourage backseat piloting and pilot monitoring, whatever you want to call it. It's okay on my channel. All right. Meanwhile, we have long since been through. Whoops. I do think I had those off. We've long since been through. Time to turn that stuff off and get the strobies on. He just won't let us in the voice chat. Yeah, that's right. I've got it blocked. Things happen fast in this bad boy, even though it's not a very fast airplane. Hi, Pentagon. Welcome, Skull. Rob, great to see you.
119.55, goes 190.
All right. Now we're doing a little bit better. I think we could probably push this. 2822, Delta 816, good night. 2822. Indy Center, Delta 816, flight level 220, climbing 230, hello.
Delta 816, Indy Center, good evening, say Mach speed.
Currently Mach decimal 61, Delta 816.
816, reduce to 0.75 for spacing, please. I'll have flash report shortly. For 15, maintain flight level 3.
We're doing 0.61, so
Maintain 300, number 15.
I guess he doesn't want us to speed up a little bit. So we'll make sure we're less than 0.75 as we climb up here. And, yeah. I'm not saying anything, buddy. I'm not saying anything. I gotta make a turn. 120. Did I say 120? I think I said 120. I gotta make a turn, tracking outbound. Let's go, baby.
Number 913 Delta Tango, descend via the Paisley for arrival.
Send me the Paisley 4 arrival for 913 Delta Tango.
Apparently, I'm not going to get 290. I thought I would moderately, or be moderately close to my flight level. Simbrief wanted me to go all the way up to 330. I'm like, I'll do 290. I'll get that. Oh, ATC control. I don't want that. What was that button? All right. Well, I'm staying below. I'm going to stay below 0.75. So, what's that going to give me here for an EPR? I'm going to go about 165. Let's see what that gives me. At 290, Delta 816. And let's do back to indicated airspeed mode, and let's go ahead and just add a little power in here. We can probably hold about 280. I think that'd be just fine. At 300, I guess, is where we'd be. Huntington Tri-State has an error. Okay. Just hopefully it doesn't crash me. Uh-oh. Oh, Rob, no. I am... Oh, the sim's still... Okay. Oh, no. Dark in the cockpit. Crap. Crappy crap. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I really am sorry to hear that. That's a bad deal, man. Dang it. Okay, we missed our turn just a little bit. We were just a smidgen early on that turn. What's my approach into Charlotte? It's going to be the Betsy 2. And I need to start actually looking at that because we're going to be there. Arrival ATIS is telling me what? Information Sierra. Altimeter 29er 89er. It looks like we have winds 230 at 8, 10 miles of visibility. We're below the clouds. No, we're not. We got a few at 2,500. We're going to expect simultaneous approaches 18 left, center, and right. It doesn't really matter to us. I don't really have a particular gate in mind. We're just going to kind of go in wherever. Plane is still flying fine. Oh, well, I'm just having a big pause here, Rob. What in the world? I'm not liking this. What is the deal? Yeah, that's bad right there. That's a crashy. What in the world? Vintage Boeing. Skydive, Rob, yeah. Whoa, I just had the crashy now. Well, heck. Let's see what Mr. Log says. Yeah, doggone it. I don't know. I don't know what happened here. Let's go down to the bottom and see. Nothing looks too crazy there. All right, here, the following scenery package. Yeah, I had the Huntington Try whatever airport deal that didn't look right. Failed to find some SAM stuff. Yeah. And then it always tries to find the Telluride scenery, and it stops because it's like, you're not in Telluride. Sim Heaven stuff. But again, nothing. I'm not really seeing any errors down here. The only errors I'm seeing were related to yeah, it's just right. Yeah, yep. The very bottom. Okay, well that's the very bottom, my friend. 4329. Jenkins design triggered source code engine plugins glue XP callbacks. Fatal. Right here, I guess. I didn't see that. Possibly an out of range vector. Warning, CSL model. The counter is 30 while the object is being destroyed for the Kodiak. Whoa. That's a really weird. So does that mean I flew past somebody who was in the Kodiak and that caused my sim to crash? Well, that's no good. Well, we need a plan B, you guys, because I'm not thinking it's worth jumping back into that because it could just as easily happen again. I mean, you've got, we've got all kinds of traffic down here, so I mean, the odds of running across that again are pretty good, honestly. That's too bad. Yank the Cody. CSL, well, maybe. I don't. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if I remember how to do that. X-Plane, resources, plugins, X-Pilot, resources, CSLs. Where would it be is the thing. Airbus GA maybe? No. JJ, the thread fatal asset is a regular crash for you. Huh. It's in the CSL folder. So I'm in the CSL folder here. Oh, there it is. So you're thinking just take that out, huh? Yeah, what do I have to lose? Okay. Yeah, it seems kind of seems kind of counterproductive to go all the way back up to Cincy, unfortunately. How busy is Charlotte Douglas here? 16, 47 arrivals, 41 departures. It's not horrible. That's not horrible. Rob, you want to load up in Charlotte and give it a try? I want to do this though. I want to turn off Huntington Tri-County. You're going to try the Microsoft Flight Sim PC-12. There's oh, wait a second. I just started X-Plane 12's X organizer. I don't want that. We'll let it do its thing. It'll be a minute for me too, Rob, so no worries. No worries. Yeah, the second leg, by the way, will be, it's even shorter if we get clearance. It's a single vector on the Charlotte, like the Charlotte 8 or something departure, and there is no arrival into Raleigh that's non-RNAV, so we pretty much will just be kind of doing our thing here, but we have to get approved first. Your log.txt didn't really show anything, I see. All right. See, I don't know why, but every time, literally every time I run X Organizer, the SAM library is re-added, and I don't know why, because I don't unadd it. Okay, let's go take a look at, is there Huntington Tri? Is that in Kentucky? Let's just see if we can get that out of there. Huntington Tri-County. No, that must be in, where's Huntington Tri-County? Which state would I be in, you guys? Maybe Tennessee. I just want to disable it because I don't want it to cause problems. Virginia, maybe? Or North Carolina? Where the heck is, I'm gonna, all right, which state? All right, which state is Huntington? West Virginia. Mountain Mama. And there, let's disable you. And that way we can, oh, I have two versions of Cumberland Regional too. I don't need both of those. All right. Okay. Let's try it again. Part 2. Right now, all those controllers are like, oh, thank goodness that slant whiskey airplane is off the scopes. How much space do my USA orthos take up? Well, I can tell you, my friend. I have an 8 terabyte external hard drive, and about 6 of that 8 is full, and about 90% of that 6 terabytes is USA ortho. So somewhere in that 5+ to 6-ish range. You're welcome. And it's most of it is zoom level 16 or something. Not crazy, just enough that it looks good while you're flying over it, and then as you get closer to the airports, you get a little bit You need an exact number. All right, it is a 5.873 terabytes, metric terabytes, euros. I could tell you. I could literally tell you, I guess here probably. I'm about to call it X-Agonizer. X-Organizer does do a nice job of showing you all that stuff. All right, what do I have to do to look at this thing here? Properties. So, am I looking at the right? Am I looking at the right? Oh, wait a second. Maybe I lied to you. It's a 4 terabyte. And no, that's not right. That's not right. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. There's my 8 terabyte. Yeah, so 5.4 is what I've used, and the bulk of that. So maybe it's not quite 6, but maybe it's more like 4 plus. But yeah, it's a bit. It's a bit. All right. I'm so sorry, guys, to do this to you, but let's do it anyway here. KCLT, Charlotte, Douglas, right? That's where we're going now. Yes, to Nashville. And how about Alpha? Nah, let's not be out there. There we go. Bravo 11. That'll be a good spot. And we'll stick with Delta. Just watching, trying to mess around. Okay. A firm. Good fixins. We're going to do. Let me show you what I got planned here now. So, part 2. Let's pretend we made it safely. Unsim crashingly. And we will just be going on the Charlotte 7, I think, is what it is here. Charlotte 2. Like I say, it's the Charlotte 2. No, wait a second. Yes, that's what we want. Charlotte 2. And I want the I had the BXV as my what something is really weird. Raleigh. No, I'm going to Nashville. That's why. Okay, holy cow. All right, holy cow. Maybe I should just call it good. All right, so there's what I have. Now, let me go back to the Charlotte 2 departure because I feel like I have the wrong transition here. Am I seeing VXV? I'm seeing Sugarloaf out there. I'm seeing Spartanburg. Which one of those is going to give me what I need here? Let's put Sugarloaf in and just see kind of what it does to me. Yeah, see, Sugarloaf is all the way. Where is Sugarloaf at? There it is. Okay, yeah. So Sugarloaf would be a good departure transition. Now it's trying to give me the Swift 2. The problem with all of the arrivals into Nashville is RNAV. There's literally, you would think we're in Canada. The lack of RNAV approaches, or arrivals, I should say, into Nashville. So we'll go there. That'll be our plan. Sugarloaf to the Volunteer VOR, and then in however they want to get us in. And we'll just have to cross our fingers and hope for the best as far as them clearing us on this, first of all, and then us being able to fly the actual route without crashy. So I just went, by the way, just if you're keeping score, I went from having 2 sims, X-Plane 11 and Microsoft Flight Sim, that were really both performing super well, really happy with both performances. And now I currently have 0 sims that are performing well. I think the last 3 of the last 4 times I've streamed in X-Plane 11, I've had a CTD. I was flying the very last time I was flying in Microsoft Flight Sim. I got disconnected because of low frames, and then the last time I was flying in X-Plane 12, which was the Bush League event, I also got the crashy. So, and X-Plane 12 had another update today. Yeah, that's kind of what I heard. Cargo Fire, X-Plane 12. I'm like release candidate 43B or whatever got released in the last half an hour. I'm not sure, but the RC whatever didn't treat me very well. So, like I don't know, maybe is infinite flight still a thing? Could I do that? Do I need to go to DCS World or something? I don't know. The cause of the crash. Well, there was that crash. There was definitely that crash, Eric. No doubt about that. But yeah, I don't know. So anyway, it's funny how you can go from feeling pretty good about your sim and to feeling not very good about your sim. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I crashed. Yeah, that's right. Eric had to bring you fuel. That was good, though. That was really good, you guys. If you don't know what we're talking about, we had one heck of a fun Bush League backcountry fly-in, and I will show you. It's if you go to downwindsim.com, you'll take a look at Bush League backcountry fly-in number 38. It's back up in the Idaho mountains, and the scenery looked awesome in X-Plane 12 and really was a lot of fun. I got lost right away, wandered around the mountains, and basically crashed trying to land at Upper Loon Creek, and then my sim spit the bit, and I could not get loaded back in. It kept crashing, so I had to cancel kind of short. But anyway, go to downwindsim.com if you want. And download that. It looks fantastic. It's been optimized for X-Plane 12, and it's all the scenery destructions are in there for you, so it's worth it. I'm trying to run the task manager because I feel like X-Plane, not responding. Here's the hard part about my X-Plane 11. Is it's kind of weighed down by lots and lots of things, and so it like has to it's like starting an old car. Everything kind of has to go in the right order. You gotta give it a couple of pumps of the throttle to get the gas going, and anyway, it's just like a lot of stuff has to happen for the sim to start. But anyway, what the heck. You're right, Eric. I've been spending too much, I'm going to be spending a lot more time making up for that over the break. Yeah, there's no doubt. Fixie, you're getting to where that is the same for you because of GSX and FS Realistic in Fussy Pants. I've kept my MSFS folder purposely clean or cleanish. In fact, I'm thinking about even taking out. I had downloaded the Return to Misty Moorings scenery, and I'm thinking about taking that back out, just because I like how fast my X-Plane 12, or sorry, my MSFS does load up. But hey, we're back to not responding. How awesome. Wait, there we go. Okay, so we've got our flight selected. We just need for it to load. it good fixins. Full confession. Return to Misty Mornings was a concept that I remembered more romantically than it really was in reality. I remember having a lot of fun with it when it first came out and I was flying in FSX because there was nothing else like it. And it was really, really cool. It was very immersive, and it had a community and the whole deal. And when I loaded up the latest version here, I thought, man, this is going to be so awesome. And it is not. It's not. The scenery doesn't look that great, and the interface is very clunky. Like, and maybe I'm just spoiled because of what Downwind Sim has made in our Bush League backcountry fly-ins. But like I feel like I'm getting all the adventure that I really want with the Bush League backcountry stuff. And so anyway, yeah, I like, it's still a cool concept, and those guys have done a ton of work in it, and it's like it's every bit as strong a user group as like FSE. Like, it's got that group, right? So I tip my hat to them, but I thought I would be diving back into it. I thought by now I would kind of have streamed a few of the missions, and as I looked at it, I'm like, I just don't think I'm going to. I don't think I'm gonna like my disk space where I have MSFS installed. Like, that disk space is a premium. So anyway, it's yeah. So Brett, you're right. It's that way with a lot of, like, you remember things a lot more fondly than they really were. And I think that's kind of what happened to me. So it's probably going to go by the wayside. You have to sign up for it. I forgot about that. If you're not active, then you get marked as retired, and then you have to go back in, and you have to reset your password, and you have to. And I'm like, yeah, nah, yeah, nah, no, I don't think so. So anyway, but yeah. Simulators and humans growing long in the tooth, leaking, collapsing, falling asleep. Isn't that right? Yeah, I was thinking that same thing, Fixie. I just about started to sing that, but no, we're family friendly here, man. It is a VA. It's every bit of a VA. And what I felt like Downwind Sim is that initially, like, like when it was in FSX, it was more about the scenery and less about the VA. It was more about the missions and less about the like recording stuff and getting checked off. And now it feels much more like that VA side is really like what the community has latched onto, and which again is like, that's FSE, right? I mean, FSE is all about that. It's all about the making money and doing business, and it's less about the scenery per se. You have to kind of take care of your own scenery in FSC, so it's not the same one, but anyway, yeah. Ooh, there's the Sassel report that Rob is finding. You're not the only one with it happening in oh, so you were doing X-Plane 12 in the, what were you flying again? I thought you said you were in the CRJ. Is it the CRJ? I didn't realize one of the CRJs was updated for X-Plane 12. Boy, how much fun are you guys having right now? Are you enjoying the stream? This the black screen of death. Let's go see. Let's go see who do we have here? We have some. Let me. Here, let's go. Let's go. While this is loading up, we can stalk our friend Michael.
The villain.
We'll do the little.
Sensitive side.
It's a nice combo.
You like the fantasy angle?
I could see it so clearly.
Sorry, I've got an ad break,
Wait,
but.
Are you gaming?
Game for the 737, stay for the banter. just don't get me up on the soapbox there. It's the AKD sim or something. Yeah, I got it. Okay, here's Michael. We're gonna give him a little lurky. He's going to shoot that IFR 9 today. Cool. Very nice. Very nice. So if you guys don't know Michael, 8033 Fox, he obviously has one of the coolest home sim setups that you're going to see. He is working towards becoming a real-life pilot, and has just committed basically, a significant amount of time and effort and funds over the years to build up, and has kind of done the math. Super smart guy. He's done the math and has basically said, it was worth it for me to invest in this, because ultimately it'll save me cost when I'm acquiring my various endorsements. And so anyway, plus he's done it a little bit for his dad as well. And I know Rob Valkyrie's been in there. He's been in that sucker, actually sat in the left-hand seat and flew old Felicity, so that's pretty cool. But yes, he is like Eric. He's the real deal, right? Like he's not like me. He's a guy that really thinks through like a real pilot. And yeah, very a very good watch, without a doubt. A very good watch. He and Downwind Sim are two of the smartest guys. Yeah, I would agree. But that's just an amazing setup. I just love it. I love it. And anyway, so give him a follow if you haven't already. I think maybe most of you guys that hang out with me hang out with him also, but just in case. Oh, you guys, I tell you what, I don't know what is going on with my X-Pilots, or my X-Plane, but it is not wanting to load. We're gonna give it one more reset here and hope for the best. Yeah, it's just not okay. Now it's doing stuff. It's just really freaking slow. I mean, it is doing something. Okay, I won't stop it. Then I'll let it keep going. But yeah, wait it out. This is part of the magic. When I go to stream and I say I'm going to start at 6 o'clock, I start trying to get everything fired up about 4 o'clock. It takes every bit of 2 hours to get things pulled up, and a big chunk of it is the just getting X-Plane 11 to start. So I don't know. I'm gonna give it about Iowa Scotsman, maybe I should have turned that off. And I'm gonna give it, I have 7:27 on my clock. I'm gonna give it 3 more minutes. And if it's not loading up by then, we're gonna hop out. We're gonna do something else. Yeah. All right. Well, let's do this then. I'm not even going to wait that long. Let's do this. Let's go here. It could be 2 minutes. It could be 20 minutes. It's just so unpredictable. All right, I'm going to go in and I'm going to turn off Skunky. Eric, I've not. That is a heck of an idea, my friend. So usually, Eric, what happens is the very, very first time it takes upwards of 20 minutes to load. It takes about 10 minutes for the initial load up to the home screen menu, and then 10 minutes to load. You know, once I've selected the airport and I'm ready to go. But then the subsequent loads are usually much quicker, no more than about 5 minutes. So that's yeah. Ah, gosh dang it! I keep running the wrong X. Keep running the wrong X organizer. You rascal! I have too many X planes. No, no. I got it. That's the other X factor to this, Eric, is you're talking about a rather, like, my level of competence normally is not great anyway, and I'm on the tail end of a semester's worth of teaching grind, and I am absolutely wiped out, and I mean 100% wiped out. All right, here we go. Skunky, you're going away. While I'm here, let's see if this doesn't work. I'm thinking very seriously about. Okay, the Beaver is in the background, ready to go. We'll go fly the Beaver somewhere. I don't even care. Last try for you, X-Plane 11. You're in the sim under 2 minutes from double-clicking X-Plane 11. Yeah, I just as much as I tried to not, like, I've loaded in just so many. It's scenery. It's just I know it's scenery and add-ons, and even though I have a lot of stuff, unselected in X organizer, it still just takes time. But anyway, do a hot tub stream. Yeah, that's definitely not happening. But it reacts like a voodoo doll. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. My name is Melvin Leroy, and I have a scenery, and I do have a slight. I have a slight aircraft add-on problem. I do. Totally do. By the time I've recharged, it'll be fast and furious. I hope so. I have a slight mini goal for Christmas, and that slight mini goal is to make friends with X-Plane 12 again, and be more over on that platform. I've got actually a couple of flights planned on X-Plane 12, including one coming up tomorrow, and so we'll see. The problem with tomorrow's stream is that I had initially thought about flying the Phenom, and I don't know if the Phenom is, like, how well it's going to work with the release candidate 9 or whatever they're in. So yours is worse. Oh man, I feel very bad. It does not make me feel any better, Iowa Scotsman. I'm sorry, Ron. It's a long time to wait. But yeah, here we go again. We're just like, we'll initialize plugins. Okay, well, go ahead. Like, I just took one plugin out, so like this should be fast. Okay, there was my GeForce graphics message, so that's usually a good thing. There we go. All right. And let's just make sure we are what we want. Twin jet, Charlotte Douglas, and Bravo 11. Yep, that looks good. Okay, let's see what happens here this time. Come on, big money. Big money. Big money. No whammies. Appreciate you guys being patient and hanging out. I did. I went out, Fixie, and I deselected Skunky. Rod was saying that might be, that's a cause of a little bit of a slow load. So
Welcome to Pop Culture.
Roast Pano, thank you for the follow. Across 3 sims and DCS, I haven't flown. I have so many I haven't flown yet. Even you haven't even flown yet. Oh man, rattle the chicken moles. Yeah, we need something. We need something here, guys. I need a rally cap. Rally cap this baby to life here. Oh gosh, he's coming in to land, and I'm not showing you guys. Oh no, I heard his stall horn going off there, and what's he working? Some slow flight, or what's he doing? Why is he stalling? That's right, baby. It's just begging for hits, man. That's what the rally cap is for. Begging for hits. Yeah, did you guys? I don't know. Okay, it's like, look at that bad boy. I'm trying to find the perfect place to put it. I just lost 25 years. Yeah, I just look like a college kid now, don't I? Hey, wait a second. We got something. We're at back to the dark screen here, so it's like one of the hype train pictures. Dang it. You guys are making me laugh and cough. The ironic beard, that's right. That's right. It's about to come off. It's just about to come off. Connie has let me keep it for as long as I've been able to keep it, and I'm thinking it's about to come off. For those of you counting, we're moving on every bit of 20 minutes now since we've had our sim crash, I believe. And all we're trying to do is restart the sim. Like literally all we've tried to do this whole time is restart the sim. Oh, younger guys, yeah, they don't mean that sort of beard. Yeah. You want to fly, you just don't want to deal with everything. Yeah, I hear you. I'm getting to that point. I'm like, come on, guys, how much longer are you wanting to hang out to watch the black screen here? I mean, I know we're doing a nighttime stream, but that's kind of excessive. What would be plan B if I had to do plan B? I think what I would probably do is jump over to Microsoft Flight Sim, and I'd probably hop in the Beaver, and we'd probably go flying somewhere in the Fussy Pants world. I'm gonna give this. It's 7:37. Ooh, ironic time. 7:37. So I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes in honor of the 737-200 Wreckfest. Oh man, I don't even know if I could get Wreckfest going again. I haven't played Wreckfest in a while. You just finished updating to RC6. Maybe that would be smart just to do that. Call it a cut my losses. Yeah, Rob, I think Rob and Downwind Sim and Iowa Scotsman, were you in there? I mean, we had a pretty good group the last time we drove around. Wreckfest night, huh? You don't have it installed at the moment. All right, one more minute, and I'm sticking a fork in X-Plane and calling it good. We'll figure something else out. We'll give Fussy Pants a try. Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, I'm throwing in the towel on. This is actually what happened to me in X-Plane 12 that night that I wasn't able to rejoin on the Bush League night. Although what it was doing to me is it was getting this far, and then like just as soon as I would start to I'd do anything in the airplane, it would CTD. So, all right, X-Plane 11. We gave it a good college try. That's for sure. I mean, it's trying to do stuff. It really is. And it could be 1 minute away, or it could be 15 minutes away from being where it needs to be. So, adios, amigo. I wish I knew why. That did what it did. All right, we're going to close out a bunch of other things here too. Like I don't need that and that. And the rest of that I can keep. And then we'll start. I guess we'll see. See how this does. And I mean, we could load up in a big heavy and still fly this route, but I'm kind of feeling like I've lost a little bit of mojo, if I'm being honest. Let's go fly somewhere. The Curse of the Beaver. Yes, indeed. Around the Chalice routes. Give me an airport to spawn in, and yeah, I would be happy to do that. I think that sounds fun. Chalice up in Oregon. So you guys maybe don't know, if you don't, what Eric's talking about is there's a cool Oregon scenery pack, and it looks quite cool. And all right, I think we have some life here, guys. We might be good. Oh, Chalice is where you start. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, gosh, what was I thinking? Yeah, Chalice, Idaho. No, Chalice. Chalice? Chalice. Console. Hansel. All right, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. All right, so yeah. There we go. Thank you. KLLJ. Chalice, Idaho. That's right. That's right. All right. So yeah, it can be a little redemption stream, I guess, couldn't it? So we have yeah, we were here, and Upper Loon is right there. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's see if I can do any better than last time. So this is the area that was the last Bush League backcountry fly-in. So you can kind of buzz over here. I tried to kind of go down through here and got lost and end up way down here, almost by Stanley, and then came up here. And then there's a bunch of little strips in here. What you don't get in Microsoft Flight Sim is you don't get the other little Easter eggs. Like there's a few other places to land, a few other smaller airports or airstrips, and some heli activity. So it is cold. I'm gonna learn my lesson from last time though, and I'm gonna try to turn my weather back so it's not so icy. Oh boy. LLJ. Let's see what we have here. Whoops. See how this works. But yeah, the scenery itself looks pretty nice, and some of the airstrips don't have the elevation and the smoothness of the runways are not the same as what you get in X-Plane, because in X-Plane, what we'll do, and what Downwind Sim was kind of the guy that this is his area basically where he's done a lot of work, and he's went into OpenStreetMap and kind of smoothed out, taken the old virtual bulldozer to make sure that the runways are okay. You can land on them. A few of these in, or what you find in Microsoft Flight Sim sometimes is that the runway will sort of be like on the side of a hill a little bit, and it's, it looks, the ortho imagery looks okay. You can see the bush strip is there, but there's no way to land on it. So yeah, that's kind of what we have. Of course, the first time you're into Microsoft Flight Sim, it's also one of those pretty slow loading deals, and so I don't know. Maybe we're just destined not to fly. I tell you what I'm gonna do though. Let me do this. I'm gonna take a quick break because I'm gonna probably need to, and hopefully when I get back, Fussy Pants will be loaded up, and we can go buzz around the mountains a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. All right, be right back. Looky there, all I had to do was walk away. Shellis. Departure. And bush wheels, and let's do the blue and white one today. All right, what do I want? Maybe I don't want the fuel blocks. Okay, there we go. We'll load up here in the dark, and then we'll have to adjust our daylight here in a moment. Eric just settled down with his evening meal. Had a good trip around Idaho. Should be fun. I hope so. I need something here. Oh, Downwind Sims having pie. Nice. That's a great idea. I should have got some ice cream while I was up. Could I change the category of this stream to just chatting? Is that legal? I feel like I've almost been not flying as long as I've been flying. In fact, I know I have, because if we take the setup and getting clearance and all that, like, I think I've had about 10 minutes of flying and about an hour and 20 minutes of talking about flying. It is indeed the delicate dance that we all enjoy so much. Oh, and I get to set my controls up and all that fun stuff. This will be wonderful. Okay, come on. Load in there, baby. Load in there, baby. There we go. All right, let's come up here to the weather. We'll go live weather. Actually, maybe we won't. It's cold. As long as we don't have a ton of, oh, well, there's icing. Yeah. You know what though? That might not be bad. Let's do this. We'll keep the clouds. I like the clouds. Well, let's give it a try and see if we can do it without icing up. Do you think? I wonder if we can. Probably can. It's super cold and there's visible moisture all over the place. I'm thinking we probably can't. We'll get going and we'll see. We'll see. If we start to ice up, we'll make an adjustment. All right, let's make sure that the Bravo, yep, set up to the 737. That's the last plane I flew in this bad boy here. So chair hanger FBO for days on end. Few hours of flying if you're lucky. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, you know what? It doesn't get me down. It is frustrating a little bit because I want to fly, but at the end of the day, it's hard to get me in a bad mood because I'm on vacation. That's right. That's right, friends. Okay, throttle prop. That looks good. That's all proppy and stuff. And why does this look? Hip hop hooray! Oh, battery. Fuel. Beacon. Gosh, I hate my zoom here. Some fuel pressure. Okay, that'll be good. Magnetos. Didn't have to give it a prime. It's a little easier to start than the Milviz, or sorry, than the Thranada. I know. Ooh, I need to update my a couple things here, guys. So this, needless to say, is not the current flight, and yeah, so we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go to my console here, maybe. Now we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, I'll go there, there. Don't need that anymore. Probably don't need really any of this, but we'll give it a little bit extra. Make 11. VFR. Give me the ability to put my radio in. Okay. All right, let's go 2280. I will get on the BatSim network if anybody's in the neighborhood and feels like flying along. This guy, yeah, he knows what he's doing, Eric. I mean, the guy's a pro. He knows what he's doing. See, he's walking away. He's all cool. Yeah, that area looks good. We'll go back in here. Let's make sure this area is clear. Oh, dude. Okay. Yeah, he's got a slight limp now. Might have took a little chunk out of him there, but you know, he knows what he's doing. It's tough to find work up here in Idaho, so you got to be, you know, you got to be willing to do what you got to do. All right, de Havilland Beaver. Okay, we are loaded in. LA Center. Should we call LA Center? Request clearance. LA Center, yes. Beaver 11816 on the ground, Chalice, Idaho, requesting VFR flight following to Upper Loon Creek. We have the weather. Okay. I am seeing our winds are calm, so this is what happened to me last time is I got lost trying to cut the corner too much here, and so I want to make sure that I don't have that happen again. I want to depart. Yeah, you know what? I don't know what it'll look like in fussy pants. So heck, let's find out. How's my temperatures looking here? Really cold. Let's close those up, warm things up a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Cabin heat. Yeah, I need some cabin heat. Whew. Whew. Oh, the cylinders were okay. Oh yeah, you're right. They're not. Yeah, they're a little cold. A little cold, right? I'll give it another wobble pump, just cause. All right, here we go. Chalice traffic, Beaver 816, taxiing runway 18, Chalice. Discord pie pick. I would expect nothing less, my friend. A little snowy up here right now. So I'm going to try to do what I unsuccessfully did last time, which is fly down to the town of Chalice and then depart Chalice to the west and pick up the Yankee Fork. Let's see if we can make our way over to Upper Loon. Chalice traffic, Beaver 816, departing runway 17, be left-hand, downwind departure southbound. Chalice traffic. Check that. Runway 35 at Chalice. That's right, folks. I teach math. Send your kids to my classroom. I'm the teacher your kid gets when all the good teachers' classes are full. Couple notches of flappies. That'll work right there. I don't feel like I have sounds. Can you guys hear the engine sounds here at all? Okay. Start making our way back down towards the town. Not much sound. All right. How about we do this? Let's go here. I think I probably just have them turned down. I had oh no, they're up. They're way up. Volume level's up. Okay. Maybe my desktop audio is down. There's such a huge difference in sound level between X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Sim. It's just crazy. All right, coming around town. All right, good deal. Good deal. All right, we're ready to go down south towards town. Huddle Met. Are you getting mom-botted there, Beaver? Oh, it's yeah. Why is loon? What am I missing? What am I missing about the word loon? I like. Uh-oh. I would like to take a second and welcome our friend 757 Spy, Dave. Thank you so very, very much for the raid. I hope that your flight went better than mine. And so nice to see you. Happy Friday. Tim Dog, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. So I had to change plans, guys. I was initially trying to do a little bit of flying in the FNO, and well, let's just say that I had a little crash to desktop, and yeah, I was not able to get reloaded into X-Plane 11. So here I am in Microsoft Flight Sim, and I'm basically I've just decided to go as far away from a tube liner as I could, and I'm just flying the Beaver here in Microsoft Flight Sim. So anyway, welcome in. Great to see everybody, and I hope you guys are having a great night. We just about turned my channel into a just chatting category because yeah, I messed around with X-Plane for a good, oh gosh, I want to say a good 45 minutes trying to get it restarted, and yeah, never could. So I just took my ball and I went home. But yeah, we're over in the mountains of Idaho. We're flying from Chalice, Idaho, and we're attempting to find Upper Loon Creek, kind of a well-known bush strip, and anyway, it's we're gonna see how we do. We got lost last time we flew up here, so I'm thinking we'll probably end up lost again. But you know what the hey, I might have already missed my turn that I needed, but it's okay. If we fly generally west, I think we're going to be just fine. For those of you coming in from the 757 Spy channel, again, welcome. My name is Brant. Welcome to the Melvin Leroy channel. The name Melvin Leroy is in honor of my grandfather, who's the one that got me into flight simulation. He didn't get me into flight sim, he got me into a love of aviation, but flight simming is about as close as I ever got to an actual cockpit, other than flying with him in an old Cessna 152. But love of aviation remains, and love to fly really anything, to be honest with you. This is my all-time favorite plane, the de Havilland Beaver, and whatever platform, X-Plane, P3D. Where I initially discovered it was FSX, Milviz Beaver, and then I've come to love the Thuranda EHC2 as well. But I also have a soft spot for those vintage airliners, and they're a lot of fun when they're working. Unfortunately, today just wasn't the case. So, but yeah, welcome in. Great to have you. I hope you enjoy flying along with me. It'll be a little different than probably what you saw with the 757 Spy, in that it's a general aviation aircraft, and in the fact that Dave knows what he's doing and I generally don't. So, you know, what the heck. Alright, so we're currently traveling kind of southwest at this point. And we're on a mission to get lost. I'm already doing it. I'm just sort of following the terrain here because I feel like this is taking me around where I want to go. But again, we will see as we get a little closer. Yep, got a little road, got a little river here, and it's sort of tough to see it with the snow, but with any luck, this is going to be turning into the Yankee Fork here soon. But I feel like we're going essentially south out, so I think this may be the Salmon River that we're following, which is okay. The Salmon River will eventually turn turn west and take us to turn right up there. Yeah, maybe I should have as well. I ended up, again, last time I flew up here, I ended up way far. I wonder if it'll show me my route. I ended up way far south, down kind of it's the safe route because you have a good road to follow, but it does take a little bit more time. And I suppose if I wanted to, I could climb up. I'm sort of caught in between climb and cruise power right now. I really need to make a decision on what I want to do. Since I've got a little bit of extra power, I think we'll go ahead and climb. Tim Dog Flew. I was Volanta stalking you a little bit, Tim. I did see you there, Cincy to Atlanta. You were in that 737-700. Atlanta is one of those, like, one of those airports you got to hit at least once in an FNO, right? It is so busy, so high paced, but so much fun if you can execute. Man, it's really, really satisfying being able to fly into a place like that, and that's really cool, man. I hope it went well for you, Tim. Hope your Friday's going good, buddy. Alright, time to lean out a little bit here as well. Keep forgetting we're at almost 8,000 feet. You may get a little bit of performance if you lean out slightly. Pro tip. Just about out of Diet Dr. Pepper, guys. I don't know. It's getting interesting. Okay, staying right along. Whoops. Staying right along the river. Pretty sure this is the Salmon. Just looking for a place to turn west. Because we can't get lost if we have a river to follow. So it's way more fun to get lost, right? We're down here just about where we're going to make the turn anyway, I think. So, but if I have a little window, if I think I can get up and over the top of the terrain here, I will. We'll dive over top and take a look. It's such a beautiful area, especially when it's snow covered like this. It really looks neat down here in the mountains of Idaho. The Frank Church Wilderness area is where we're located. Also, for those of you coming in from the 757 Spy channel, this is an area that we fly as a part of it's called the Bush League Backcountry Fly-In. And our friend 757 Spy has been a part of one of our Bush League Backcountry Fly-Ins. And Dave, you'll be happy to know that we are revisiting the Hanksville, Utah Canyonlands area, which is home of one of your favorite strips, I think. Angel Point or Hidden Splendor or one of those. I can't remember. We talk about it often. So we're going to go back there next month. We do this Bush League Backcountry Fly-In on the first Monday of every month. So if you're not doing anything, about 1 a.m. Zulu, 8 o'clock Eastern time, stop by. You can go to www.downwindsim.com. You can kind of see what some of the old adventures were. You can see what Bush League Backcountry number 38 looked like, which is where we're flying right now. And you can even back up to that Hanksville event, and you can see where we tortured 757 Spy with some dastardly approaches and hidden sceneries. Hidden Splendor, I think, is what it was that he loved so much, so much. All right, well, we're hanging a right here, and we're going west. So either we're on the right track, or we're about to get lost, and things are about to get entertaining. And I think probably 10,000 is about as much as I'm gonna grab right now. I know we'll need more depending on where we go, but level off here and try to get fuel efficient here. 26 and 19. Eric, I know how much you love 26 and 19, the sound. And I'm thinking we'll go 10 and a half here. We'll be all right. That should keep us clear of most things. Yeah, I think we're doing okay. I think follow this little terrain path here. This is heading us towards Stanley, Idaho. Actually, anything below 2 sounds glorious. I agree. Hope that sound's coming through. Good deal. I'm actually really happy with the Milviz sounds. This is a plane that sound is pretty important, and I'm a sound snob, so I'm happy that it sounds as good as it sounds. It sounds nice on the outside also. Those valleys. I don't know, Downwind Sim is clearing up nicely for me. I might just request clear direct 2. It doesn't compare to, I mean, I still think that the Beaver is the best sounding aircraft in any sim. But this does a nice job. I do like what I'm hearing in this aircraft. All right, so I think we're following we're on the Salmon River here, and we're just going to kind of keep going a little bit, and then we should I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, counting 4 places, 4 of these little drainages. We need to hit number 4 to turn north. The 4th one here is just before we get to Stanley, 2 Uniform 7, so that should hopefully pop up on my GPS there. Yes, I am using a little GPS, kind of helping myself out here. But the other thing about the turn to the north is that there's a road we can follow. So these other turns, like this little drainage that goes up here, doesn't have a road with it. So that's we're looking for that as well as part of our place to turn. 4 to 5 gallons left in the front. Oh yeah, I was gonna come down and check on that. Oh yeah, sure enough. So let's make a switch to the center and work our way back. I guarantee you, I will run one of the tanks dry at some point in time in the flight. I did take the long way. Yeah, I was going to make that left-hand, or that westbound turn right out of Chalice, but I got the big raid from 757 Spy, and by the time I got done saying hello to everybody, I was south of town. I'm like, we'll just keep going. It gives people a chance to look around. Why not? You went the north way around, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you, Downwind Sim? Tried to go up and hit like Bernard and Flying Bee, right? Whoa. Well, it is windy here, guys. So yeah, I do have real weather turned on, so there's some icing concerns and a little bit of breeziness up here. Obviously, it was calm winds at Chalice, but you can see we're getting blown around a little bit, as you might expect. Oh, and you found 2 more strips. That's right, just on the way. That's right, just north of Chalice. That's what happens when we go poking around. That's pretty funny. Boy, I like the moon, man. That little crescent moon is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And 2 more south of those as well. Eric is saying, okay. Yeah, well, it is a target-rich environment when it comes to bush strips. There's no question about it. Still have a little bit of the sparkly effect here. I still have some fine tuning to do to not get it to sparkle off the trees like that. It doesn't look horrible because, you know, like if you have a fresh snowfall, it does do that kind of sparkly deal, but it's a crawling, teeming festival of bush strips. Indeed. Indeed. Completely 100% agree with you. Alright, looking now, this looks like maybe where I need to turn and follow the road here. Am I seeing anything here? I'm not really seeing. I thought I might see an airstrip, but it doesn't look like it. Have to be zoomed in a little closer, maybe. I don't know. All right, it's a bit frowned upon. I mean, you try when you do the Bush League backcountry flying, you try to use as little technology as you can, but since we're not technically in a Bush League backcountry flying, I am going to use a little bit of technology. In fact, if I was smart, I would type in 2 Uniform 7, I'd type in Upper Loon Creek and just have that in there as a backup. But I'm going to just see if we can find it, because I did such a poor job of locating it last time. Almost to 11,000 feet. I'm going to start blacking out here if I'm not careful. Let's descend. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a downdraft. There's a downdraft. All right. So now we're looking. The cool part about this little stretch here is it takes you past an old gold mine here. I don't remember what the name of it is. It doesn't really show you anything, I don't think, in the winter, but I think some of the ortho scenery has, like, you can see some tailings and things like that. Kind of a cool. I mean, a lot of mining up here, obviously, but this is kind of that track. So we're going to be heading up here, and with any luck, this road is going to just make one more jog kind of to the west and then north, and we should be there. It's not a failure to be lost, but part of the adventure. Getting there is almost a letdown. Sounds like that book I'm reading there, Eric. Probably a little easier to see the road and the river in the summertime, but what's the fun in that? Alright, taking a little. Okay, I've got a split here. I want to stay. Oh. Split in the river here. What am I? I want to stay left, but I don't want to. No, I want to stay on the right hand side here. Yep. You're following on the VFR chart. Okay, cool. I think this takes me out to a little bit of a dead end. I don't think I want that one. I want to stay on the road here. Yeah. Kind of generally heading north. What I'm seeing. If I was doing this right, I would have my mini navlog here showing me you know, I'd have my plots pointed out, and I'd know how many minutes it takes me to get from one turn to the next, but I haven't done that. I've just kind of hopped in here and started to fly out of anger and frustration. All right, so that's is that my road? I feel like this is where I messed up last time here. I feel like I went that way. Yeah, I think I need to go that way. I feel like that's what I didn't do last time, but am I seeing a road? That's the kicker. I don't know that I'm seeing a road. And there's a definite road going that way. Or did I go this way and decide to turn around? Yeah, because this is taking me back kind of to the east a little bit here. I don't want that. All right. We're hopping back across the road, or the ridge line here. Right turn is Yankee Fork, and that's Yankee Fork is what I was hoping to hit for the shortcut. Yeah. So I think we're on the right spot here. Again, I'm using the Sky Vector sectional here, so it's not a ton of detail, but the one thing that's distinctly clear is that, of course, that Yankee Fork had a road running out it also that I didn't really see. So, but I want to stay more north to northwest here. Yeah, this is the little jog. Well, maybe not. Little ranch or something down there. That could potentially be where that mine is, actually. All right. Yeah, it'll go up there. I got to get over the top. There's a pretty good, like it's going to take me every bit of 10,500. So I've kind of lost a little bit of altitude here. Let's see if we can climb and make our way. Look at us to the right. Yeah, that's there's cool. Yeah, right there on the top there. Yep. And if I'm not mistaken, Downwind Sim, did you made a? Is that where you put one of the helicopter landing pads? I did find one of the two. I thought you said there were two. Maybe there's more than that even. But I did find one of them that was just located just north and east of Upper Loon. Managed to land on that. Yeah, I've totally lost my river. Now I think I maybe turned a little too soon. Come back over here. Should be able to pick things back up again. Foster, yeah. It's pretty crazy to when you think about like how tiny those little helipads and how hard they are to find. Then when you get up on them, they're like 12, 15 feet across. Just follow northwest, and you get to the buildings just south of Upper Loon. Yeah, the ranch area, right? I think we're on the right track here, guys. Circle the double D ranch that you circle twice, and then you go land at Loons, and to come pick you up if you circle twice. And then we will see if we can set it down without sliding into the creek like we did last time. We'll have a little work to do to get down on the descent here. So we'll have to be kind of patient. I think that's one of the things that got me the first time I was here, is I got a little impatient, but I also feel like I should have landed back to the south, because I feel like that was more of an uphill approach. It might have been the better way to go. So I think I was trying to land downhill and with a little bit of a tailwind, which was not good. All right, I think I see the Double D Ranch area right in here, which means we're getting close. Should be over in this neck of the woods here. It's only a couple of miles from Double D Ranch, so probably about 3 miles or so. Let's just confirm that's where we are. Sure, it looks like it. Ranch is it's a 2-bedroom, 5 B&B style rooms. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yep, that's it down there. That's Double D. Okay, so we'll overfly. We're not going to do the circle deal. We're just going to head on down and see if we can locate the airstrip. And I'm going to try to make an approach, unless the winds just feel crazy. I'm going to try to make an approach back to the south here. I think I see the airstrip already way down there. We're going to have to fly past and come back. Yep, there's the airstrip. There's the airstrip. Pretty sure it's down there. And Upper Loon's 5,500. So yeah, we're clear up here at almost 8,500. We got some work to do to get down where we want to go. So let's do this. Let's pull the power back a little bit and let's get the speed back. Get some flaps out. And yeah, we'll just kind of take our time here and get ourselves right. Make sure we are where we think we are. And yeah, sure enough, that's our spot, guys, right down there. Looks pretty nice. If I remember, this is one of the better airstrips in Microsoft Flight Sim for this area. Just trying to hold it here. Trying to get some speed off. Why, it's just not slowing down any. I cannot get the speed to come down. This is really weird. Really weird. Yep. Prop full forward, and I just I don't want to pull back too far. I cannot get oh boy. Maybe my airspeed indicator is frozen, because that was the stall horn, wasn't it? Weird. Okay. Maybe some. You know what? Geez, cramming. Hold on. I didn't have the pitot heat on. I bet that's frozen right now. That's the kicker, Eric. Man, that was bad. That's a bad mistake right there. Gotta know your airspeed, so it might take a second, but that should warm back up. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need to know our airspeed on short final here, you guys. Holy cow. Carb heat. Oh gosh, yeah, carb heat's on. Thank you. Alright, carb heat's on. There we go. There's our airspeed. Now we're talking. Okay. I'm going to take it down here quite a ways, and I'm going to do the old backcountry 182 philosophy, where the tougher the approach, the longer the downwind. So I'm going to take it down here a bit. I've got about still a good 1,500 feet to lose, so I've got time. I want to take it all the way down here, and then I can really get myself lined up here and hopefully have a decent shot at this. ASI lie, that's right. That's a semi-important piece of information that we need right there. Again, kids, that's a pro tip from your Uncle Melvin. All right. Upper Loon Creek, Beaver 11816 is turning southbound. We're at 7,600. We're going to be inbound for a straight-in approach to the south, Upper Loon Creek. Okay, nice wide spot to turn. Let's get it trimmed out here. Let's take a look. I don't want to get too low. I'm at 1,000 feet above right now. That's not a bad place to be. Let's just kind of get all stabilized here if we can. Go fuel with the fullest tank. Actually, I can stay leaned on this since I'm so high up. Prop push forward. Lights are coming on. And there's the field in sight. And this is an intimidating approach, no matter how you slice it, guys. Intimidating approach. All right, we're going flaps to landing. And if we go missed, we just straight out. We don't have, we can, I'm sorry, it's a climbing left-hand turn. We'll try to drag it in here around 70 if we can. Profile doesn't look terrible right now. Whoa. A little bit of a crosswind there. Prerequisite trees at the end of the runway. Been a little bit of a firm one, but kind of was a little sim pause right there before touchdown, so I'm not 100% sure how smooth or rough it was, but we'll take it. We're down. We will take it. We'll take a look at Volanta and see what the touchdown rate was, but up here, it's not a bad thing to be firm and assertive on your touchdown, so that'll work. So what Eric's talking about, which again, first of all, if you missed, you can go back. I think and still watch the VOD, but I slid literally. So the ground handling, or however you want to say it, the traction in X-Plane 12 when there's snow on the ground is quite. There's not much, and so I landed actually coming the other way. I landed to the north, and when I first tried this in X-Plane 12, and I literally slid not only off the end of the runway, but like I was like slipping and sliding through the woods to grandmother's house. I must have went a quarter mile, and I finally I couldn't get it to stop. I pointed the nose uphill, I slid uphill. I pointed the nose sideways, I slid sideways. I finally just let go, and I ended up flipping over and crashing in the in the creek down there. But yeah, that one right there wasn't too bad. Not too bad. Kind of hard to see where the runway was, but I think we were, for the most part, where we needed to be. But let's just see. Let's just see here. Sorry, I feel really bad still about not being able to do some FNO stuff, because, gosh, I like that. I really do like that. But it just wasn't meant to be. So let's, here we are, over here where we can't do any damage. Yep, it kind of just flew right down where we wanted to. Just about took a wrong turn right there, got back on it. And what was our landing rate here, guys? Yeah, 1.03 G's, 56 knots. That's pretty good. 279. That's hard to beat. That's really going to be hard to beat for me anyway, flying this plane up here. So let's say, yeah, it was icy, tailwind, high and hot, and downhill. Yes. Both ways. Uphill. No. And then can somebody tell me, all right, can somebody tell me why is loon a bad, like, why are we getting botted with the word loon? What am I missing on that? And if it's a bad word and I'm saying it and it's offending somebody, I truly apologize, but I don't know. I'm old. I don't know. What does it mean? Maybe you can't say because it's that offensive. Alright, so we're going to go down. I'm not done yet. I want to go a little bit more. Guys, up for a little bit more. So here we are, Upper Loon, and now I want to keep on going down here because we've got a place called Cougar Ranch. There's an airstrip off of this little creek right here too. Maybe we'll try to hit it. It is. It's absolutely. It's a type of almost like a little bit of a duck, and yeah, just a diver ducks basically. Yeah. So I don't know, but apparently they've been associated with some kind of hate speech or something. So I mean, I suppose, but I guess I hadn't got that word until we actually started flying up here, and people were getting in trouble for using that word. So anyway, so we're gonna go up here and see if we can catch. Maybe we'll go all the way down to Lower Loon. Yeah, let's go all the way down to Lower Loon, and we'll see how that shakes out. But all right, Upper Loon Creek traffic. Beaver 816 is departing the area. We're going to be straight out VFR northbound up the creek. Lower Loon traffic. Actually, be down the creek. Okay, here we go, guys. I got a notch of flaps in. There's 60. We can start flying. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I mean, I know how slang is, especially when it comes to the English language. If you're not from the States, maybe it doesn't quite make as much sense, but we Americans are famous for taking regular, ordinary words and turning them into completely different meanings. So, yeah, the loon must be one of those. So, anyway, hopefully I'm not going to get banned from Twitch for saying the L word. Oh, Eric is yeah. If we put some asterisks in there, yes, it becomes immediately lewd and suggestive. So Eric is he's just trying to get the Twitch police on modding my channel here. Well, this looks pretty nice in Busty Pants, I'll admit. It really does. I like the tree coverage, I like the snow, I like the effect. Again, I have the sparkly thing going on that I'm trying to figure out, but the clouds look great. And most importantly, no crash to desktop, so that's really fun. If you head up this little run right here, by the way, around kind of around the corner, you'll hit another little airstrip, and then up on the top, not in Microsoft Flight Sim, but in X-Plane, up on the top here, you got one of your first helicopter pads. And I'm happy to say that I was able to make a landing up there with one of them. So you know, the cool thing, Eric, about you is that you've only been hanging out in the chat here with us for you know, like a month or so, and yet you fit right in like a brother that we've had for 30 years. It's like, I love it. It's so awesome. All right, I've got to keep following the Loon Creek. And we're going, we're going northbound, but we're going up. I'm sorry, we're going northbound, but we're going downstream. Yes, you found your group of bush hooligan brothers, and we love to make fun of silly things like like putting triple asterisks in words to make them sound more suggestive. So we're coming around the horn here. We should see Cougar Ranch actually coming up, and there's actually Cougar Ranch and another one just right across the way. So Rich K. Gojira coming in with the raid. Holy cow. Dude, we've had 3 raids tonight, man. That is so awesome. Rich, thank you so much. Skull, happy Friday night, my friend. It's great to see you. How's your Friday? How's your flight? Hope things are well with you. And welcome, Raiders. We're flying up in the mountains of Idaho, and I didn't get too lost this time. That was kind of cool. Oh, is it just you? I didn't see. I appreciate the raid. I have a hard time multitasking, and if I'm being honest, sometimes when I'm flying up here, I'm sort of just proud of myself that I got the name of who was raiding or you know, gifting or whatever. But hey, even if it is just you, welcome, Rich. Thanks for the raid, and thanks for being the raider. Anyway, so we're flying. We just landed at Upper Loon Creek in the mountains of Idaho, and we're going down to Lower Loon. And in the process, we're flying over the top of a place called, actually I don't think we're quite there yet, Cougar Ranch. Oh, you did a little Churchill to Manitoba up in the Grand Caravan. Oh man, and then jumped in the A320 and flew to Honolulu to Hilo. Doggone it, man, that's a nice combination there, man. I can appreciate that. I went the other way. I went from the 737-200. I was attempting to fly out Cincinnati way, and the FNO had a little bit of trouble with the sim, and so I hopped in a propeller-driven aircraft, and have been having fun ever since. But that's one of the beauty things about flight sim, is the ability to experience a wide variety of flight options. It's great. It is great. Oh, you had a Hawaiian Islands delivery you hadn't used yet. Nice. Nice. I love it. I love it. Alright, so how are we doing here? Yeah, I don't think we've quite gotten to, yeah, we're not quite at Cougar Ranch just yet. It's in here just a little while, a little further in, I think. Normal approach is to fly upstream on the middle fork, then make a sharp left-hand turn to runway 16. Okay. So we'll fly past it then and come back up. Thank you, Eric. That's good to know. What did we just fly? What did we just fly past? CHI. Yeah, I have no idea what. I have no idea what KCHI is, but we just flew past it. All right, I think we're coming up here. Yeah, this is the area here. I think that we have. It forks out a little bit. All right, so. Yeah, Rich. Not only is it out, but they've pushed out now several updates, and it's actually to the point where they're testing release candidates. And from what I understand, release candidate 6 was just pushed out today. So they've been making really good progress on it, and one of the big fixes, I guess, today dealt with the interior lighting. The panels have been a little bit dark, and the developers have been really kind of struggling with finding the balance between, when you're looking outside and in reality the panels are going to seem kind of dark, and then when you look down at the panels, your eyes, they adjust like that fast, right? So then you can see what the panels look like, and they're normal in terms of the way they're lit. And so they've been, I guess, working with that. So like if your camera view is sort of more centered on the outside, your panels will be kind of darkish, and then if you move your vision down on the panel, they look they're a little easier to read. So all right, I'm probably no, this is okay. Hold on. Here we go. This is Cougar Ranch. Catch and release only. That's all I ever do, so that's no big deal. It's no big deal. Nope, I don't. I love to fish. I don't necessarily like to eat fish, but I do love to fish. Nope, this is our boy. This is upper or lower loon. So I need to head up. I need to head up here and then come back down and land this direction. All right, lower loon is 4,200, and what am I? I'm 62. I need to lose 2,000 feet here. Lower loon traffic, Beaver 816 is overflying the field 6,200. We're going to be making we're northbound. We're going to be making a 180 coming back landing to the south. Lower loon. Yeah, we flew over him. I just missed him. I just missed him for sure. Yeah, I'm sure that's part of. I'm sure that's part of the deal up here, Rich. There's plenty of wildlife. Either that, or they have a bunch of invited a bunch of older ladies that are looking for love. Oh, just kidding. Family-friendly channel. Family-friendly. Okay, I want to be able to turn here, guys, but I don't want to get so low that it makes it tough. I'll try to take it as far as I can right here, and then we can kind of drop down. Speed looks good. Here we go. The abrupt turn from left base to final gives a new meaning of short final. Yep. I seem to remember attempting it this way once. I don't know if I was successful or not, but we're going to try it. Alright, step one, we've made the turn. And a little bit of elevation here, a little bit of terrain to deal with. I'm going to go ahead, we're going to get everything oops. I just turned the fuel off. Dang it. Okay, I was trying to change the fuel and I turned it off. So let's not do that. What do you say? Fuel is on the whatever tank it's on. Put your props, switches, have your carriage. Yeah, we're good to go. I don't like the click spot on this. About the only thing I don't like. The fuel valve click spot is odd, in my opinion. Okay, down we go. Down we go. Having a hard time making out the runway here, but we're just kind of right in between the fences, so it's a short strip. Ooh, that was a bit of a little bit more clunky, and we're gonna be pushing it. Oh yeah, I kind of did. Should have been a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more to the left. It's hard to tell. I don't know. I got over in the bushes a little bit over here. I should have maybe been a little bit more right there, but it'll work though. It'll work. Jarhead. It is Fussy Pants indeed, man. We are. This is Lower Loon Creek, mountains of Idaho, Frank Church Wilderness area, and yeah, I'll take that again. It's not going to win a beauty contest. But what I'm looking at is 1.13 Gs. That's my main thing, in 56 knots. If I can be somewhere around 55-ish, 60 to 55 knots in this plane, I think I'm pretty good in terms of landing. The negative 470, you know what that probably means is I cut power maybe a little too soon instead of working into a flare. But like with a short strip like this, I really don't care about a nice soft flare. Hey, Michael! Ah, you dirty rascal. Thank you so much. How'd IFR 9 go? Tree Fox, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. We are sitting here on the ground at Lower Loon, and I feel like we'll do let's do one more. What do you say? You want to do one more?
3 black.
Past IFR 9, that's right. Past IFR 9. Awesome. How about we do this, guys? How about we do this? So we're here. Let's head back down the creek here, and oh, you know what? Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I'm thinking Cougar Ranch was up Lower Loon, because it's not. It's over here. So let's come back down here and let's pick Mahoney or Cougar Ranch, and we'll call it good. Yeah, I think one more. I got one more in me. Yeah, man, it's a fun one, as long as the pancreas is not co-located. The biggest thing, Eric, is I'm not in the water. So as long as I stay out of the water, I feel good. I did, Jarhead. That was, yeah, man, I had a lot of questions about that, especially about that ejection, but somebody in the Virtual USA Flying Club presented a very, very good explanation as to why he did eject. If you didn't see what happened, this F-35 had a really hard landing, and then it almost looked like the front nose collapsed, the nose gear collapsed, and the plane kind of nosed down, and then all of a sudden it looked like the thrust was going crazy. Anyway, the pilot got it righted and then hit the eject, and I'm like, why did he do that? He had kind of had the plane back up stable, and anyway, what I learned was that the pilot wasn't able to get the thrust turned off, and apparently when you do the eject like that, that's a cutoff, a hard cutoff to the power. So anyway, that was a pretty wild deal, and I hope everybody's okay there. So the VTOL engine quit, and the other engine made it unstable. Yeah. So anyway, all right, well, here we go. We're gonna depart up to the north now, and then we're gonna have to turn back around and basically come back right down this creek right down here. So we'll try to make one more stop. See if we can get flying. The one quote that I love, this is when I was first watching Eric fly the Beaver. The one thing he said that I absolutely loved was, he said, nice thing about the Beaver is if you can land on a strip, that means you can take off on the same strip. And that is so true with the Beaver. It may not win a STOL contest, but if it lands on a 500-foot strip, you can take off on that 500-foot strip. So that's what I love about this plane. I think I just cut through another bush or something there. I don't know. Alright, we're out of here. Up and away. Oh, I should have adjusted my fuel tank. How am I doing? Middle. They're all about the same. Middle is where I want to be. But you saw what happened last time. So I go, no. See, that's... See, that's dumb. Like, the down arrow turns the lever up. That just makes no sense. What gives, Milviz? I think the guy just likes to see people like me almost kill the engine. If you get it pushed back in time, you keep your fuel pressure and the engine will start right back up. But if you leave the fuel off long enough, you lose fuel pressure, and then you actually have to turn the fuel pump on and the starter on to get it started again. It's a little bit of a pucker factor, or so I've heard. Yeah, I'd never have done that myself. Just what I've heard. Yeah, the power is incredible. The other thing about this plane that is that I don't like as much as the Thuranda is the P factor. Like that Thuranda Beaver will absolutely, it'll just pull you in the left hand rough if you're not paying attention on departure. This plane has a little of that, but it's not nearly as pronounced. Don't have to be tap dancing quite as much. All right, here we are back over Lower Loon, heading down towards Mahoney Creek, Cougar Ranch, Thomas Creek, Marble Creek, Indian Creek. You guys, that's all these famous bush strips that you've heard of. Just a heck of a great place to fly. Again, go to downwindsim.com and you can get a scenery download. If you're an X-Plane user, you can get a scenery download that contains these bush strips, these and many others. So very worth it if you enjoy this type of flying. And trust me, if I can do it, anyone can do it. I'm the least proficient bush flyer, but man, I love it. It's so much fun. I'm allowing it every time. I don't know. I'm going to get banned because I keep allowing that word. I'm going to have to do some research offline, figure out why the heck we're not allowed to use it. But anyway. I think we just start using triple asterisks because that's so much less intrusive, right? Mahoney Creek, 4,600. I probably ought to just get a little bit of altitude here, shouldn't I?
Welcome to Pop Culture.
Isotope, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Happy Friday. Things are good wherever you're at. Eric. What did we always say over in Sim Caesar's channel? Amy, Louise, Ann. I know, man. I love the raids, guys. It's so cool. I appreciate it more than you know. You know, it means so much. You'll come hang out a little bit on your Friday night. And channeling your inner George Carlin. Oh man, that guy was something else. Oh, I'm flying over the top of I think one of our places here. Maybe. No, maybe not. Oh boy, I don't know. Maybe we're gonna get lost here. There's so many places to land you wouldn't think you'd get lost, but it does happen from time to time. So down the horn again, Mahoney Creek is on, I think Mahoney Creek is on the lower side and Cougar Ranch is up on top. Like they're literally right across the river from each other. Kind of interesting that you'd have two airstrips like that just right next to each other, but you do. Other way around, is it okay? Mahoney's up top and Cougar's down below, okay. Isotope, no, so here's what happened. I was originally flying in X-Plane 11, and I had a little bit of an issue, so I switched over. This is Microsoft Flight Sim, but I'm too, I'm just too lazy to change the stream title. And so yeah, no, we're doing Microsoft Flight Sim. I'm actually going so dang slow. I need to let's put some flaps in here because I'm gonna slow flight this baby. In a bit of frustration, I decided to switch over. Oh, Moose, thanks for the gift description to P-Bowl. Thank you, my friend. Moose, I know you were out there flying somewhere. I hope things are going good. No, you were not. How did things work out at the church, man? Was hopefully not a huge issue. I'm on my church's. I'm an elder at my church, so I'm on the leadership team, and I know what it's like to get those kinds of calls. So I hope that things worked out okay. All right, here we go, guys. We've got Mahoney Creek on the right here, and I'm going to drop down at Cougar Ranch. It's kind of a funner approach. But anyway, yeah, Moose, hope things worked out okay. And nothing major went on there. All right, down we go. A little too high and quite a bit too fast, honestly. I'm a good 10 knots too fast. Yeah, I'm not gonna make this. All right, we're gonna go around. And this one we gotta get, if I remember right, you gotta get away a little bit there. Yeah, just the difference between like I can live with 70 on approach, but 80 on approach, no. especially when you're pretty steep like I was, and trying to slip it a little bit, but just that was gonna end up not good. So false alarm, good deal. Yeah. Yep. I also got that type of alarm. I was principal for several years, and I got that. I know that same duct overheat alarm that you're talking about, and it's interesting because like it wouldn't ever go off for me except after midnight. like I could never get that alarm like at 5:30 in the afternoon, so I go check on it. It had to call my phone at 2 in the morning. Your school's on fire. Yeah, son of a... But always a always a good thing when you get there and it's just the false alarm. All right, around the horn we'll go again. This will be our last stop of the night, and call it good. This is a challenging one because you either have to come over that hill, like I did poorly, or you have to come around the hill and wiggle it in there. I think that's what we'll try to do this next time, is come around the hill and just keep it a little bit lower. Yeah, I'm glad too, Marissa. It's no bueno this time of year, man. Of course, a little warmer where you're at, but still. Yep. So again, there's a strip right here, hard to see. That's Cougar Ranch, and this is Mahoney down here. That's the one we're shooting for. And we tried to come over the hill last time. Didn't really work too well, so we're gonna try to come around the corner here and see if that plays any better. But the biggest thing is got to get the speed right. I've got to have the speed right before I start coming around this hill. Honestly, I like to be at about 70, and the elevation again 4,600. So I'm not quite at pattern altitude, although pattern altitude up here is sort of a misnomer, just because you sometimes have to fly a non-standard pattern. Yeah, flying the rivers or following the rivers more fun too. That's true. That's very true. Cougar is the lower one. Okay. Okay. I think so. Maybe I'm saying it backwards. I'm probably saying it backwards. We're going for the lower one regardless. All right, here's our spot. We can turn around. And we will take it back in, see if we can... Oh, you're right, 4,200 for Cougar Ranch. Okay, so yes, thank you. That's important. That's important. Thank you. Good catch, Eric. Good catch. Good catch. All right, here we go. Make our turn here. Ooh, a little bit of wind right here in this spot. It's been fairly nice and calm. I do have real world weather conditions turned on. Obvious exception is the time of day, but the wind has been actually pretty nice. It was calm when we left Chalice, and then it's been pretty nice here as well. Okay, let's get down to 70 first. There's our hillside. Okay, landing flaps are set. Gas is on the fullest. Carriage welded. Mixture set. Prop full forward. Switches. Flaps. We're ready to go. Okay, so left and then a right. speed's a little better. Hard to see exactly where the runway is, but we're gonna just kind of do the best we can here. We're pretty close right there. A little better. Bounce the tail a little bit. But yeah, you're not getting stopped if you're coming in there at any faster. This is a short little whoops. Popped the tail up there a little bit. Yeah, not 100% sure that was on the landing strip, but we're gonna call it good. We're gonna call it good. Thanks, people. Isotope, thanks, man. Appreciate that, Eric. Thanks, Downward Sim. Thank you, guys. Well, that was certainly much better than last time I was up here for sure. How'd we do? Again, the big number here, 54 is my speed. That's what I wanted. 1.1 G. That's pretty good. The 360 I don't even care about. But we were 54 there. We were 58 there, maybe just a hair fast, and 62 there. We were actually a little real fast there, but we were kind of uphill, so we had a little bit of wiggle room. But yeah, you can see, guys, out here. Look at all these little. All these are little bush strips that are found in this area, just this area alone, and they're just everywhere, guys. I mean, this is the way that you travel out here. Got to have a little spot to take your bush plane. So, yeah, it's so much fun. Holy cow! All right, well, this ended up being really a fun stream. It was a little frustrating early. Because of the sim issue that we had. But thank you so much for hanging out and being patient, all you guys that have been here from the beginning. And then thank you so much for all the awesome raids. And then NATO Strike, appreciate the follow. Super nice of you to do that. And yeah, guys, it's you could have cashed it in a long time ago, but this was a good way to kind of close out a Friday night. Moving forward for me, by the way, it's vacation time, so I will have some streams here and there, and I'm gonna let you know it's gonna be a little bit of hit or miss, not my normal Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and but yeah, we'll do some different things and have some fun for the next couple of weeks, because after that, then my stream schedule gets really strange, and I'll tell you more about that later on. Yeah, anyway, just be prepared for that, and we'll have some fun for sure. I'm gonna let's go find somebody here. Let's go find somebody. Boy, there's a lot of people right now streaming. I'm retiring. I wish, Rob. Hey, Rob, thanks for flying along. Rob and I tried to fly, and we both made it almost the same distance, and then we we both freaking crashed. So you know what, we're gonna do this. Okay, we'll go over there, but anyway, and then all right, so let me wrap up here, and then we'll go keep the love going. We'll go give a nice raid.
Thanks for watching my papa.
Again, thank you so much for the new friends. NATO Strike, Isotope, thank you guys for the follow. Roast Panyo, thank you for the follow, and Rich Gojira, thank you as well. And then we had a bunch of raids. Complete Freedom with the raid. 757 Spy, Rich. Gojira with the raid, and seems like we had one other. Oh, Tree Fox came in with the raid. Thank you guys so much for the raid. Appreciate that. And then of course Mustafa, thank you for the gift description to P-Bowl. What a perfect way to end the stream. Let's see here. So my next scheduled stream is actually tomorrow. The Capital Christmas event is going on, and so I think we're going to be flying, if I can get everything squared away. I want to fly the Phenom and X-Plane 12. That's the tentative plan. I'll have a backup plan just in case, but it'll be tomorrow night, right about midnight Zulu. So look for me then, and then like I say, after that it'll be a little bit here and there. I do have some stuff coming up on Tuesday and Thursday, but I know me, when I'm on vacation I'll probably pop in a little bit more regularly. So yeah, I'll let you know. I'll ping you on Discord, or I'll let you know what's going on. I need to update my about section because my show schedule is a little outdated right now, so I'll try to get that done here also real soon. But anyway, we're heading over to Defective Crayon. He's in the aircraft that I failed. He's in the FlyJ Sim 737-200. So let's go see what a real pilot looks like when he's doing work in that beautiful aircraft. And yeah, appreciate everybody again for coming around. Can't wait to fly with you again. Have a fantastic rest of your Friday and or Saturday morning, and we'll see you again tomorrow. God bless.